Chapter 20. Hey, I have a stupid question, Marco said. What? He jerked a thumb toward the Andalite. How do we get him out of here? He looked like, Axe, I don't suppose you could swim, like really well? We're a long way from land. I would not swim in this body, I would morph a sea creature. Like Oisabel, you have to travel far and fast. I acquired a creature in this ocean, a large one who swam close by. I stunned him and acquired him. I thought he'd be useful if I was to escape. What kind of animal? What did he? I stopped suddenly. I could hear something. A shadow. I looked up through the air of the dome, through the clear dome itself and up through the water. It was on the surface, a cigar-shaped shadow riding the surface of the sea. That's a ship, I said. Up there. I think it stopped. Let's get out of here now, Jake snapped. We ran for the hatch. Ping, ping, ping. The sound echoed over the dome. Sonar, Marco hissed. How do you know, Marshall asked. Didn't you ever see The Hunt for Red October? Great movie. Now let's leave. They found us. We crammed inside the small hatch enclosure of 4 of us and Axe. Morph, Jake yelled. I'd already started. I could feel the dolphin features emerging. My friends are beginning to mutate. Water rushing chambers swirling up around our legs. Axe is changing too, and I'll spread my concentration watching, and there are no more forms and lights are strange enough. When they morph, it's really bizarre. Instead of 2 legs shrilling, disappearing, it was 4, and there are stalk eyes and a tail, and she lost its blade but split into a new kind of tail with a long, raked vertical blade and a shorter lower one. The water stood up to my neck, but at that point I was more dolphin than human. Boom! The explosion shot through the dome and it rattled my teeth, filling my eardrums would explode. Yerks, Axe said. He said in her head the way his brother had, with hatred and rage so deep it was impossible to comprehend it. Boom! A second explosion. Suddenly the exterior door opened and we swam out in a rush. 4 dolphins and 1 shark. I'd been distracted by explosions. He'd morphed a shark. Oh, good choice, Axe. You morphed a shark? Is it wrong? He wondered. Your species and ours are mortal enemies, I explained. Oh, I have a lot to learn about Earth. Well, here's the first lesson. Let's get out of here, Margot screamed. I soared through the water, angling toward the distant surface, but as I rose, I looked behind me. There were 2 jagged holes in the dome. Water was gushing in like Niagara Falls. As I watched, a 3rd dark cylinder was falling slowly from the surface. Even I see enough submarine movies to know it was a depth charge. What hosts of these jerks use? He demanded urgently. Hosts? You mean bodies? Controllers? They use Harbinger and humans. Harbinger do not swim. We may be safe. They know little of deep water. They have no oceans on their world, only shallow pools. Good. All they have are the Harbinger. And Taxons, of course. Taxons? Yeah, is that a problem? We are near the surface now, just a dozen feet from the bright barrier of sea and sky. Just then a larger dark shadow swept over us. A shadow that was dark inside a dark. A shadow that touched your soul. It skimmed just over the surface of the water. It was shaped like a long battle axe, semicircular blades in the back, a long diamond-head point at the front. The blade ship of visitor free. Something was falling from it as it passed over us. There was a dozen splashes. I rolled over to get a better look, and I saw my flesh crawl. Taxons in the water coming toward us. Those nasty worms can swim, Marco yelled. But the answer was obvious. The Taxons stood along centipedes bristling with dozens of pairs of sharp needle legs were racing after us. And they were very fast in the water. Very fast. When this angle we couldn't see several red jelly eyes, we could see a circular mouth at the top of each vile body. I'd seen them before trying to catch bits of Prince Elfangor's Visitor-Free devoured him. I'd seen them on orders of Visitor-Free devour one of their own. Tell me, Axe said, I'm feeling that this body might be able to fight. Is that true? I grinned inwardly. Yes, Axe, sharks can fight. Then Prince Jake, shall we deal with this Taxon scum? Don't call me Prince, he said, and answered yes, let's kick some Taxon butt. Chapter 21. There are dozens of Taxons in the water and 5 of us. Swimming a straight line of Taxons are faster, but we soon discovered we are more maneuverable. Pick a target, Jake said tersely. I focused on one of the big worms and had to force myself into a fight. This wasn't a shark, and a dolphin's instinctive dislike of sharks not there to prod me. I had to find a will to fight in my own human mind. That's not an easy thing. I fought the Earth to preserve human freedom, now I fought to help the whole world, but still, fighting doesn't come naturally to me. But I knew what I had to do. The Earth had shown no mercy. If the Taxons won, we'd be killed, or worse. I powered toward one of the Taxons as he powered toward me. We were like 2 trains going in the same track, head to head. At the last possible second, when a gaping red mouth a foot away, I zoomed sideways, arm back, and rammed into his side. I expected it was a shark, hard, rough, and unyielding, but it wasn't. It was not. It was like hitting a soggy paper bag with a sledgehammer. The Taxon burst like a dropped watermelon. Oh no, it's okay, Viridice. Glad to have you. Ah! I wanted to throw up. I beat the water with my tail and recoiled from a horrible scene I created. All around me the battle raged. Dolphin against Taxon, and Axe's shark against Taxon. Scientists believe the sharks are some of the oldest species animals still in existence. Nature built them as perfect predators, perfect killing machines. Nature hadn't had to revise or update them very much. They were built right the first time. Dolphins are different. Scientists say millions of years ago dolphins are land animals. Sea animals are not very different from humans or mammals. They evolved their way back to the ocean. Part of that included learning to cope with predators like killer whales and sharks. I don't know what sea the taxon race evolved in, I don't know what natural predators they face, but they were not ready for this ocean. They weren't ready to go one-on-one with the masters of Earth's deep seas, no match for a dolphin or a shark. Okay, let's get out of here, Jake Ord. They've had enough. Not so tough, are they, Rachel Ash, trying to sound tough herself, but she seems shaky to me. I shot up to the surface and filled my lungs with warm evening air. The sun was dropping toward the horizon. Two ships were close by and streaming in our direction, but far worse was the blade ship which hovered just 100 yards up in the air. We can't waste any more time, Margaret said. The plan is to head back to one of those little channel islands, unmoored for rest, and take the rest of the distance. But even the island's almost 2 hours away at top speed. We don't have to make a run for it to shoot from being trapped or drowning, and that's not a great choice. You're right, Marcos, and Jake said. Let's top speed for the nearest island. How can you tell the time, Rachel? RX asked. Sometimes I carry a watch, and I now have to guess and hope. Oh, with your permission, I will keep track of the time. You have a watch? No, but I have the ability to keep track of time. Good enough. How much time left? We've been in morph for approximately 30% of the time. 30%? I try to think. Math had never been my strong suit. It's been hard to be mathematical when you come from a battle and are scared half to death. That'd be 36 minutes, which means we're an hour and 24 minutes left. But then... boom! I heard a huge concussion behind me as someone dropped a big truck in the water. What was that? Marco wondered. Something hit the water, I said. Something big. Okay, what was that? Rachel asked. I rose to the surface to breathe and look around. The two service ships were closing in, but they were not very fast and they weren't gaining on us. The blade ship had disappeared. I scanned the sky in all directions, but I couldn't see it. Does anyone see the blade ship? No, but it doesn't mean it's still not nearby. I could have recloaked. What was that? Whatever it is getting closer. Suddenly radar is not limited to human senses. I fired off a rapid series of echolating clicks. The picture came back was startling. There's something in the water. Big. Huge, the size of a whale, but not moving like a whale. And Jake, Marco, and Rachel echolocated. It's after us, whatever it is. It's big and fast and after us. I rose to breathe again and looked back. At that moment I saw far behind me a huge, almost dark red purple hump over the water. It seemed to be covered in hundreds of small fish tails, all beating frantically. I went under. Axe went back there. I don't think it's from Earth. I described it as least as I could see it. A Mardret, Axe said. What does that mean? It's a beast that lives on one of the oceans of our Andalite moons. Think the filthy Earth scum is on our own moon, acquiring our animals. Axe, what's a Mardret? It's a large creature that swims by shooting water out of 3 chambers. It makes a sound vroom, vroom, vroom. Like that? Yes, I guess so. I didn't recognize it. I only heard it once at school and I wasn't paying attention. It almost made me laugh, the image of Andalite classroom students zoning out on a lesson just like we did, but it wasn't a good time for laughing. Vroom, vroom, vroom. But this is no true Mardret. No. Then you know who and what is chasing us. Seems surprised. You understand this is Visitor Free and Morph. We've met before, Rachel said tersely. You fought Visitor Free and you still live? That definitely surprised him. I honor you. Yeah, swell, thanks, but I traded the arm for a good outboard engine so I can outrun that evil creep. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Chapter 22. The creature Visitor Free had become did not tire, but we did. It felt like I was swimming forever. Half an hour in the chase, I was exhausted. We were powering through the water at panic speed, fighting every current, fighting the terrible urge to rest as our tails weakened, fighting the growing hunger. Vroom, vroom, vroom. The Mardret never seemed to tire. It never weakened. It gained on us a foot at a time, bit by bit. I could see it now, a huge purple and red mottled bag that undulated and oozed through the water. It was propelled by 3 huge water sacs, firing one after the other, and between those loud bursts, hundreds of tiny tails that covered the surface thrashed and kept up momentum. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And then he spoke. We all heard that silent voice in our heads before. It was like hearing the most terrible curses. It was pure malice and hatred poured into our brains. I'm coming for you, brave warriors, Visitor sneered. I am coming for you. That voice churned my insides, filled with hatred flaring to match his. The images Axe had painted, earth brown, empty, and filled with nothing but slaves of the Yerks. I lived my entire life without feeling hatred, and it's a sickening feeling. It burns and burns, sometimes just like a fire that will never go out. I'm coming for you, and you will be mine. Will I make you controllers, or will I simply eat you? The time for me to decide draws near. You weaken. Your time runs short. We'd all been exposed to Visitor Free, but Axe had not. He's a shudder even his shark body. The dead shark eye showed no emotion, but his swim became erratic. Axe, I tried to say to him. He didn't answer. We've heard his voice before. We've heard his threats, and we're still alive. He'll kill us, Axe said. He'll kill us. He killed Elfingor. Axe, hang in there. Don't answer him. Don't think about him. Just swim. But his fear was catching, and he was right. We now have time to make the land without being trapped, and we'd never escape him anyway. I glanced back. He's only 5 body lengths away. Okay, so dolphins are like 11 feet long, I think they said, so that'd be like 55 feet? I still made more for my burning muscles, but there's nothing more to ask. This is the end, Cassie, I told myself. This is the end. I felt a terrible hatred surging me again, but I didn't want to end that way. I wouldn't die with hate in my heart. That'd be one victory I could deny him. I let my mind drifting as my shattered body struggled to go on, felt my mind floating back to the barn, all the animals there, to my father, my mother, to Jake. I remember good things, riding high thermals with Tobias Ayers with wings spread wide. Good days, sitting at my grandmother's feet, she told me stories of our family, all the generations who had lived on and worked the farm. Then a more recent memory surfaced, the whale. I remember this huge gentle silence filling my mind. I could even hear his song, but wait. I could hear his song. That wasn't a memory. I was hearing his plaintive, haunting song reverberating through the water. He wasn't far away. With my mind letting a human conscience slip away, I let go. I invited the dolphin mind, the one that loves to play and fight and loved the feeling of soaring out of the water, to surface in my head. I fired echolocating bursts of 1,000 quick clicks compressed in a few seconds, and more than that I cried for help. It was foolish, ridiculous, but I cried out a silent plea like a child with a nightmare calling for her mother. The monster is after me, the destroyer, the evil one. Help me. We've used 80% of our time, Axe managed to say. 24 minutes left, Margot gasped. It doesn't matter. I'm done for, Rachel admitted. I can't keep going and he's too close. It's time to turn and fight. We can't possibly win, Axe said. We know, Jake said, but I have to lose in order to fight to let him catch us one by one. That's a very Andalite thing to say, Axe said. We have a lot in common. I wish it ended differently. On the count of 3, Jake said. 1, 2, let's go. We stopped. I turned to face to Mardred. Jake, I want to tell you... Yeah, me too, Cassie. The red and purple behemoth rushed at us, and I shook with terror, but I was too scared to blow him away. Help me, I cried one last time, but I knew there was no one to help. And so I let it all go, and said goodbye. Chapter 23. I made up my mind on what to do with you, Visifree said. After this long chase, I really am quite hungry. He rushed us and we rushed at him, but something dark came hurling up from the ocean floor. Something dark and long and even bigger even than a Mardred, and then wham! He shuddered and stopped dead in the water. A second dark shape as fast as the first. The great ones, I whispered. It's the whales, Marco yelled. There are 5 of them in the water, 2 big males that struck headfirst with heads like sledgehammers. Sperm whales 60 feet long, 65 tons, the weight of 50 cars. They had dived deep and become terror at awesome velocity, slamming a creature from another world's ocean. The Mardred was big and strong, but nothing living could survive for long being slammed into creatures that weighed 130,000 pounds. Then the whale, my whale because that's how I thought, began to lash the Mardred with his tail, hammer blows that could knock walls down. Again and again as 2 small whales joined in, the 2 sperm whales circled back for another attack. Visifree's cry of pain and fury echoed my brain. He's retreating, Jake crowed. He's running, Rachel said. Ha! I don't think he likes whales very much, Marco yelled. I don't think he likes them at all. The whales chased after him for a while, but they let him go in the end. They aren't very good at killing. They don't have much of a talent for hating or destroying. My whale, the big humpback, returned a few minutes and rested in the water beside me. I wanted to thank him, but as I said, they don't think in human words or thoughts. But I tried anyway. Thanks, big guy. People argue about how smart whales are, whether they're as smart as humans. Kinda miss the point. Whales will never read books or build rockets or do algebra. In all those areas, humans are smarter. Humans are the great brains of planet Earth. Or so they think. But it isn't necessary to believe whales are as smart as humans to believe they're great. They don't have to know words or know sing-song, because they don't have to be anything but they are, be magnificent. You don't know what a soul is. I know this, if humans have them, then so do whales. I want to thank him for responding to my call for help, but I had strange feelings he opened his great heart to my dolphin mind that was in my own, that he hadn't come just in response to me. I had a feeling, and that's all it was, just a feeling, that in some way the sea itself had called him to respond to the presence of an abomination. Of course, I never told that Jake and the others. They would have laughed, or at least Marco would. Morph time is almost up, Axe said. I think we morphed the whale carrier so we're ready to morph again. So we morphed back to our human bodies and Axe to his Andalite body, and we crawled up on the whale's huge back. I fell asleep. I know it sounds incredible, but I did. I was exhausted physically, emotionally, in every way you could be tired I was. When I woke up, it was sunset. We were near the shore. I could see the beach and a little further down the shore, the mouth of a river. We were wet, of course, covered in splashing water and spray from the whale's blowhole. It was a little cold, especially with the sun going down. But then again, I wasn't Visifree's lunch, so I wasn't going to complain. Jake was sitting cross-legged on the whale's back, smiling at me. Someday, huh, he said. I smiled. Yeah, we did it. We saved the Andalite and we got out alive. Barely. You know something. You were right. You trust your feelings and we followed you and we're all safe. I nodded. I guess, only, as Marco would say, let's not do this again, okay? Jake smiled a slow smile. It was fun being a dolphin, though, isn't it? I know you're worried about it, thinking it might not be right. I shook my head slowly. I'm still not sure it is right, but I guess we don't have much of a choice. The Yeerks starting this fight, not us. After what After what Axis said, I guess it's not just one species, human beings. It's about all the animals, all of the Earth. Jake nodded. I think if you could ask the dolphins, they'd say it's alright, since what you're trying to do is save them. Nah, they think it's all a big game. They wouldn't understand. We both laughed. Even if they could talk, dolphins never really understand what we were so upset about. We knew that better than anyone. I guess that's true, Jake said, but we do understand. He met my gaze. We understand what's at stake, and we'll do what we have to win. I knew he was trying to tell me. We use the dolphins to save them. We use our animals to save them too. And that made it okay. Chapter 24. We morphed once more in our dolphin bodies, swimming down the river to a place where we entered the water. We beached ourselves in shallow water and returned to our human bodies. It feels good to be human again, Jake said. Marco said, oh Jake, you were never really human to begin with. I guess it's fine, but we're too tired to laugh. We dug our clothes and shoes out of our hiding place, pulled jeans and a sweatshirt of my wet morphing suit, shoved muddy feet into my boots. Strange, Jack said, watching us closely. What is the meaning of the things you place on your bodies? It's clothes, Rachel explained. Why do you wear it? Does it protect you from the environment? Yes, plus the people get upset if you walk around naked, Marco answered. There's a floating overhead. One of the shadow branches did with sudden weight. Is that you, Tobias? Yes, you found the Andalite. Yes, Tobias. Meet Axe. That's his nickname anyway. Axe meets Tobias. He's one of us. Sort of, anyway, Tobias said dryly. I like this morph so much I moved in permanently. Daniel, I was shocked. You were trapped? I am a little surprised he picked up the nuance in that sentence, but I don't know. Yes. He turned his eyes on me and to one of us to the next. He seemed very solemn. You paid a price for the gift of my brother, Elfingor. He was your brother, Tobias demanded. His hawk eyes glared. I was with him at the end. That's all fine, Jake interrupted, but we have to get out of here. We had decided to do with Axe. He can't exactly go walking through town with us. I think you can come to my farm, I said. It's not different from a dome ship. Fields, meadows, woods, all the way to natural forest land. He'd be careful, it's the only place we can hide him. So then explain how we're going to get him there. It's a long walk. People are going to notice a big blue deer with extra eyes and a scorpion tail. I must morph, Axe said. Yeah, but into what? Rachel wondered. Not surprised he walked over me. He placed one delicate May-fingered hand on my face. With your permission, he said. I felt myself getting spacey. Not sleepy, but sort of like I was in a trance. I realized what he was doing. He was acquiring me. He was absorbing my DNA. You're gonna morph Cassie? Can you do that? He went to Marco and touched his face when my one he acquired each of us, and then he began to morph. I'd seen a lot of strange morphings, but it wasn't like this. Axe wasn't becoming an animal, he was becoming a human being. But a human being we all knew in some ways, a melding of the 4 human Animorphs. Suddenly his front legs began to shrivel away. His back legs thickened and strengthened. Suddenly a mouth appeared on his face. The scorpion tail shrank and disappeared. He reared up and stood erect. I think we better give Axe some privacy, she suggested. Is he gonna be a boy or a girl, Marco wondered. Either way, let's turn our heads. We did, probably just in time. Hey, Axe, in a pile of clothes is an extra pair of boxers and a t-shirt. Put them on, okay? A few minutes later, we turned around, all stared. He had a t-shirt pulled up like a baggy pair of shorts, the boxers on his head. Okay, some small adjustments are needed. Axe, are you male or female? I choose to be male. He stopped suddenly, eyes wide. He was surprised by his mouth. It was not something he understood. I chose to be male because I am male. Word. Male. Is that a good choice? 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 He twisted his lips around and stuck out his tongue. Strange, he said. Male's fine, Jake said. Rachel, Cassie, turn around. Mark around and help him adjust his clothing. When I looked around, Axe was dressed normally. He did not look normal. He was a medium height, a pair of balance between Rachel and Marco. He was a medium build, somewhere between Jake and Marco. His hair was brown, just a little of Rachel's gold, and a little of my curl. His skin was the color of light brown sugar, blending of my brown and Marco's olive, and Jake and Rachel's pale white. He was human, yet somehow strange. He jerked his head away this way and that. How do you look? How do you look around? Behind. I grinned. It was exactly like every time I morphed a new animal. He was getting used to his body, or at least trying to. As I watched him play with his lips and try new sounds, he suddenly tumbled forward. Axe grabbed him and held him. You only have 2 legs now, Axe. Yes, 2. Ooh, very shaky. Yeah, we're a shaky species, Marco said. Well, let's get out of here. Axe said, don't talk to any strangers on the way home, okay? I love how he talks. Chapter 25, the last one, I believe. It was a couple of days later, after we recovered, I made sure Axe was safe in the far fields away from curious eyes. I waited till dark and changed again to Seal Morph. I flew out of the barn toward night into the gardens. It was closed and empty, aside from a few scattered security guards. They would have stopped me if I tried to enter normally, but no one was looking for seagulls. I landed near a dolphin tank and became human again. There were no lights on, just a sliver of moon, but I could hear dolphins swimming. One came over to be curious why a human be hanging around at night. Hi, I said. Sorry, I don't have any food for you. Then I climbed up beside the tank and let myself go slipping into cool water. Well, 3 of them came over to take a look, and it was definitely unusual. Some strange humans getting in the pool. That was a new game. I began to morph and I definitely got their attention. All swimming around looking at me sideways, back at me as I passed. So I became one of them. It was a dumb thing to do, really. I knew it was dumb, but I felt like something I had to do. I wanted to show them what I'd done. I wanted their permission to become one of them. I wanted to find some way to tell them everything. But you know, when I was in that dolphin body game, it was hard to remember all my solemn worries. Hard to remember why I'd come. Hard to remember the fear and worry and guilt. One of them came over and gave me a nudge and shot toward service. She exploded in the air and fell back as solid and smooth as an arrow. They were asking me to play, asking me to dance with them. And so, I did. And that is the end of the book. Whew, that definitely left me tired, but I think we got through it a little faster than the previous ones. I don't know if that means I'm reading faster or shorter, but either way, I hope you all enjoyed it.